welcome everyone back to another night of the Halo Rec League. We are bringing you a match underway already on Recharge Oddball. It's going to be Str8 Tilted versus Graphite here in the Master Premade division. This is a top of the table match. Both teams 4-0, so we are going to lose an undefeated record here tonight. I'm here with Sozer. How are you doing tonight?
So I'm doing quite well tonight, Shio. Thank you so much for having me. We start off here in this match, week 5, Masters Premade. We are Str8 Tilted versus Graphite. And as you said, Shio, 4-0 for the record for both of these teams. So one of these teams is going to walk away with a defeat. So which team will it be, Str8 Tilted or Graphite, here in the beginning part of this game? We're going to see some early contention of the oddball as we progress here early on throughout this match.
Yeah, I mean, Recharge seems to be one of the, specifically Recharge Oddball seems to be a map where people do prefer to play Slayer, essentially, over everything else, as you can kind of see. I mean, we're a minute into the round already. We got a solid 1 second of ball time. But now we just doubled it and tripled it and continued. But, I mean, the teams do prefer, it seems, to just take the fights. They want to take the fight. They want to slay it out. They deal with the ball later. And it really ends up in some very low-scoring games, but for the time being, it's going to be Str8 Tilted in possession of the ball. It'll be in the hands of Skull, and this is your defending champion. Str8 Tilted was our winners last season, so this is a team that came out extremely hot once again. Definitely looking to repeat this season, as that's going to be a nice shot from Zealous there with the shock rifle.
Progressing here early on, 3 down on the side of Graphite, giving Skulls with the Skull the opportunity to claim some time here, as early on Str8 Tilted taking a little bit of a lead, showing that, you know, they're going to step up to the plate here, and they're going to not give the opportunity for Graphite to get early time. So by, you know, getting that control early, they're getting themselves a little bit of a lead and giving them leverage. And now really Graphite, they can kind of control, Str8 Tilted can kind of control that pace a little bit and kind of dictate, you know, really how they're going to approach and how they're going to engage right here. You see them kind of choosing to control this here in the Whirlpool room. The ball kind of going out into the mid. Going to see an opportunity here for Graphite as Hunter grabs the ball and then flees back into the attic.
Yep, I mean, Hunter's going to get that all the way in towards the back pipe area, and this is going to be Skulls with that camo sneaking up, will pick him up, so that will be a shutdown on the ball carrier. He's actually going to eat a grenade, though, so he is going to go down, and the camo will be lost as a result of that. It's going to be 2 players down here for the side of Graphite, as Borg-type is going to be pushing in here towards the long halls, is going to put shots in one player, grabs that oddball, and backs up. It does look like he is getting pushed there, and he did get taken down. That'll be Hunter again. He's going to be moving in towards that bottom halls area. It looks like it will be Zealous now here as War God falls, 2 fiber optic, and this is going to be, well, that was a stick actually from Hunter. So Hunter's able to pick that one up, and that's going to be 3 down here from Str8 Tilted, so this might be an opportunity here for Graphite to pick up some ball time if they can get over there, and it does look like they are going to rotate this ball in towards long, but they are looking still for those slades. As you can see, Casey Generic is going to have to try and rotate this ball away from the oncoming players, as he's going to face 2 of them.
Man, this early time right here, you know, Str8 Tilted kind of getting this, it's really almost imperative for them to be maintaining that control. And if you can't be actively scoring, then at least you're running the timer down and preventing the enemy from getting time. But, you know, Hunter, he's getting, he went down into the cover. And Jerry Com with the ball rotates up, gets caught as he rotates this through. Hunter's going to go ahead and throw this off the edge as he knows his enemy is approaching. He goes down, the ball is reset, and we're now going to begin to see exactly how this proceeds.
Yep, I mean, that's going to be War God putting in shots at range. Something to note as well is that Zealous is going to be at 11 kills, leading the lobby by quite a few here. Off the rip, 11 and 6 to open this one up. You can see the ball time now is only about a 9-second difference. Graphite has cut off on the board as they're trying to just kind of close the gap. The ball will be rotated here in towards Whirlpool, and I believe they're going to take this up closer to top A or so, as they're going to try and back away. The shock rifle will be pushing up. It's going to be in the hands of Borg-type, who will pick up one, is going to immediately grapple out. Very nice set of reactions there, as he's going to slide away and just maintain that shock rifle and maintain this kind of power position up top in towards attic, as his teammates are getting those cutoffs. You can see the ball is still in their hands, and it's going to be, oh, that's a nice shot there from Borg-type. They're going to cross the 50-point mark as well, so War God with the ball in hand. is going to continue to just rack up points here, and Graphite is going to have to start making a move here to be able to get close and really just get the ball out of their hands.
Dang. You're right, 30 points in a row. Poor God, stepping up to the plate with not only the coolest name that I've seen, but also holding that ball, getting points for his team, and getting them very close to claiming this first point here in this oddball match at Recharge.
That was a triple kill there coming out of the players as well. As you can see, War God is going to be making a push up. He will end up eating some shots from the side. This is going to end up going down, though. He will get picked out of the air, but this is a 50-point lead that's been amassed here by the side of Str8 Tilted. As you can see them moving up, players are going to be moving across the map here, trying to get towards that ball. It's going to be a nice double coming out of Zealous, who's now at 18 kills. Is leading the lobby by quite a bit here, it looks like. The ball will get taken down. That's going to be Haunter picking him off. Casey Generic now. Going to be an engagement here with Zealous, as he's going to try and get back up towards the top. Attic is not going to be able to. But Graphite has to get their hands on this ball. They're going to succeed here, as you can see. I believe that's Haunter or Jerrycom trying to get on towards that ball. And, oh, that'll actually be Borg type going down as well. So this might be some ball time for a Graphite.
2 goes down on the side of Str8 Tilted, giving Graphite the opportunity, Jerrycom, to claim some points, or at least some time toward the first point here in this oddball match, where you got to get a total of 100 points on the board, and then once you get that 100 points, then that's 1 point really. You then scored once. So just inching ever closer to that point will help your team get to that finish line. But with only 26 seconds left between Str8 Tilted and confirming their first point, Graphite's really kind of backed into the corner where they really need to be squeezing out as much time as they can in every moment that they get.
Yeah, Borg type again. I mean, the shock rifle, I think, has permanently been in the hands of the side of Str8 Tilted. I haven't seen Graphite pick that weapon up a single time so far, and it's kind of showing in the kill department here, as it is definitely in the favor of Str8 Tilted, as is the time, as is the round. That is going to be 1-0 as time expires, as Str8 Tilted is going to go up off the rip here, and they're going to be headed to round 2 now with that 1-0 lead.
That's right, Shio. Not able to close the deficit. Graphite's going to be down 1 point here in this oddball match, as now Str8 Tilted is only 1 point away from confirming the victory, the first match of this series. As we see the perspective of Skulls here, get a nice melee on. He's going to drop down. Can he get the double? That's very close, a little haphazard, but we did walk out on top. And all 4 players now down on Graphite. Early points to be claimed by the side of Str8 Tilted.
Yep, Fiber Optic here should get caught a little bit with his pants down. Is going to be able to turn around, though, on towards Skulls. Does end up going down. Anyways, that's another 2 down. That's 3 down. Again, Graphite just falling like dominoes across the map, it seems like. There's going to be 1 more here. It'll be Casey Generic in the halls, and just gets completely no-scoped here by Borg type with the shock rifle and grapple combo. So, I mean, right off the rip, Str8 Tilted definitely asserting their dominance here on this map. As you can see, the kills are just incredibly in their favor here. And already 31 unanswered points here for the side of Str8 Tilted. Graphite is kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. They're trying to figure out where to go. They have to get on towards this ball. Or, excuse me, they have the ball. Jerrycom is going to be holding it in the back. They're trying to hold off the Pipes push. So they will pick up some of this time, and they're going to about half this lead. But we're going to see whether or not they're going to be able to hold on. And as of right now, 1-for-1 trade's a pretty good start.
Yeah, you're not wrong, especially when you're in the stream. Even just not going anywhere is better than going up or downhill. But you see 3 down on the side of Graphite. What a response there from Str8 Tilted. Coming out on top of that engagement will help pave a smooth road here over the next few moments as they continue to get time. And now approaching the halfway mark toward their second point in the confirmation of this win here in this oddball match at Recharge.
As you're going to see, Zealous will be putting in, I mean, gets 1. He's going to drop down behind a second as well. Should be able to pick up that kill. Is able to go, I mean, that's another 3 down from Graphite. That's like the 4th time this round that it's happened, and they have not been able to capitalize on any of the times that they've been up. They just keep dying constantly. And that's going to be active camo, I believe, also in the hands of Str8 Tilted once again. That's going to be Borg type who's got it. Trying to sneak up on the player that's going to be on the ball here. And that will be Jerrycom, who is, well, still somehow alive, actually. Finally goes down, and the camo will be dropped. And that is actually 3 down there for Str8 Tilted. And Graphite is going to answer back. They're going to pick up a couple of kills here, and they will pick up the ball. So they're not out of this just yet. They are still in it. They're still coming off a respawn. That is 4 players, though, from Str8 Tilted. Very angry players headed your way. And if you're the side of Graphite, you should be a little scared of what's about to hit you.
Yeah, and honestly, it's coming and it's inevitable. But they're able to get some time here. So, you know, only about 10 points down, it's going to really help their chances from at least, you know, staying in this game. If they can come out on top of this match, then they're still in it. You know, double kill on the board there from Zealous. Really, it's almost, his regime is almost oppressive. He's just a domineering player currently with 26 kills. Impressively leading the lobby. Though, still with merit, we see the top assists is Borg type as he paves the way for all of his teammates. Look at the kill participation for Borg type. Now that is impressive.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's just leading the lobby by quite a bit. I mean, KC Generic as well with 11 assists on the other side, so shout out to that as well. But if you're looking at it, the point gap has closed. And that was an interesting play there out of Borg type. Just get that ball across the map out into the open with the repulsor and succeeded in getting that ball. And I mean, you didn't even need to drop the ball almost, it seems like. You're giving it up because, because you don't want the other team to get control. But they can't get control if you kill them all. As he just, oh my goodness.
It was a crazy sequence of events. What we're seeing now, like still yet Graphite, not down by much. Like they're totally still in this. They're right now with 34 seconds left on the board. Borg type slapping that invis onto his chest with the nothing other than the shock rifle in tow, giving him the opportunity to silently execute the enemies. And he takes that opportunity and he is able to get 1 kill with it. He is still able to escape with the invis and with the power weapon. Makes a good little skill jump there. Note that we are watching Masters play this game. There's a good tactics for navigation. He's going to grab this. He's going to kind of get away. He still has the rifle in tow. Gets two shots. You heard the bounce, too. You heard the bounce. It was great teamwork there as he neutralized the shields, or at least got a lot of those shields down. Skull's able to clean that up. And really good execution there from Str8 Tilted.
I mean, that's really nice, and this is definitely, I mean, the gap is closing. There's still 2 minutes on the clock, so neither team really has to worry about that clock becoming a factor just yet. But with the amount of 2v2s that are happening, as you can see, the side of Graphite is beginning to pick it up. They are beginning to get involved in a lot of those kills, and they're trading out pretty effectively here as well. They might be about to take the lead here if they're going to hang on to this ball, but the trades do come through. Hunter will have that ball, probably wants to toss it out into the middle of the open is my guess as he goes down. But that'll be the rest of Graphite on the floor, but they have closed the gap to within 1. So considering how large the gap we had earlier in this round, this is pretty good coming from Graphite.
Yeah, honestly, they're still in this. And with this deficit being almost neutralized, it gets really up right now as Str8 Tilted continues to claim time. They're doing exactly what they need to do. They're 2 players down, and Wargod still milking that oddball, getting more and more time, padding their lead by just a little bit, not even quite 20, but still, you know, you're halfway there. You're halfway between where your enemy is and where you need to go. So, you know, right now Graphite needs to see that, but having just lost 3 players, that's going to be tough as they now reapproach Haunter getting struck by the grenades. And now we're going to see the final few moments of the game unwind as Borg type with this ball is not going to put it down. And he's going to be able to see this through to completion. And the first game has been confirmed. Str8 Tilted claims the victory of this first game. Which makes it kind of difficult to use once you've, you know, successfully obtained. But here off the rip, I'm going to be watching the perspective of Fiber Optic as he contests here at bottom mid. It looks like there was an exchange that did not go in his favor. Unfortunately, 2 players now down on the side of Graphite. And it's going to be none other than Borg type, who was able to grab that invis.
I mean, Borg type seems to be the player that has the power-ups or the power weapons basically in any scenario. It always seems to be in his hands, whether it's the camo, whether it's the shock rifle. Borg type has it, and he's going to come and smack 2 players in the back, takes both of them down. 7-0. Graphite has yet to find a kill so far. So, I mean, if you're the side of Graphite, you got to kind of calm down a little bit here as they're getting absolutely destroyed there by shock grenades. As I mean, Borg type is just continuing to rip through them. He's got 3 kills to his name, 4 assists. Look at the kill participation on the board as it's 11-0. Oh my goodness.
Insanity. Not one kill has been claimed on the side of Graphite so far. It's a steamroll situation as Str8 Tilted is just coming together with a level of teamwork that cannot be matched. This is a brick wall currently, and Fiber Optic breaks the wall with his first shot, first kill on the board from the side of Graphite. Wow, this is really gruesome, Shio.
I did not expect this coming out of this match. I mean, right now they have 2 kills. I mean, right now, if you're Graphite, you need to kind of calm down here. You need to reset. You are at a massive deficit right out of the gate here. It's 14 kill difference. Well, make that 13 here as they're able to pick another, but yeah, Graphite just has to get it going. That's a nice kill there from KC Generic. And yeah, really, you just need to slow it down. You need to group up. Try to be all in a group. I mean, I know usually in the group it's like, oh, you have the more guns. In the beginning of this game, when they grouped up, it just meant more targets for Str8 Tilted to shoot at, it seemed, as they all ended up just going down and the shock grenade just kind of came through. But here you go. I mean, 3 down here from the side of Str8 Tilted, so there you go. It's a good start. They're beginning to kind of pull it back, slow it down. The gap is beginning to close here now. It's now just 10 kills. But Graphite does have quite an uphill battle to go here.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a very high assist-to-kill participation on both of these teams right now. I mean, very close to 100% assist-to-kill participation to the side of Graphite, showing that they really have to be there beside one another to get team kills. Because, I mean, look, even Str8 Tilted's kill assist to participation is really, really high. I mean, or you're almost 1-to-1. You're down 4 at skills and down 4 at God. I mean, right there, you're still very, very high active kill assist participation. These teams are killing the enemies with one another. They're there right alongside of one another, and you really like that. I mean, initially it was a bad start, but we're still only down. They're only down by 8. Graphite is not out of this fight yet.
Nope, absolutely not. I mean, it's 25-16 right now, so it's 9 kills in a difference. They are closing the gap, and they're making sure it's not going too crazy out. As you can see, Graphite pushing forward here. It's going to be KC Generic. Well, I was going to say with him. There you go. Okay, now we're on board with him. He's going to be in a 1v1 here with Skulls. He's going to pick that one up as well. It was traded, though. His Fiber Optic did get dropped. There you go, though. 2 more kills. So again, as Graphite, you just got to be able to pair up and just try to stay alive. You can't afford to be involved in 1v1 trades, because 1v1 trades for the rest of the game just means that you're going to lose out. You're down by 10. You have to make these 2-for-1s happen. And as of right now, it's not working out too well. But they are kind of just maintaining that difference. But the problem is you need to do better than that. You need to close that gap.
Yeah, just within the last minute, we were down by 8 Graphite. And then now, just a minute and a half later, we're down by 10. So our deficit is growing currently. And it just met 11, back down to 10 again. So it's kind of going back and forth here. 3 down from the side of Graphite. Still looking quite grim. That initial start, man, just really started a landslide of momentum for Str8 Tilted. And they've just continued with that pace throughout this entire game. You know, being there with one another and being at the throat of the enemy. It's been great to see. You know, they've taken advantage of probably the best opportunity that they could in order to ensure a victory. It was swift and it was decisive. And we're going to see here shortly if it'll also be final.
I mean, again, they're still maintaining this right now. It's going to be a nice kill from Fiber Optic, but he's going to end up going down. I mean, Fiber Optic he's actually leading the lobby right now with 13 kills across the board, and that is actually the best out of anybody currently in the game. So Fiber Optic has brought a nice comeback here. He does need a little bit more help from his teammates, but I mean, the gap is still 10 kills, which is really good for the side of Str8 Tilted. You are not really, I mean, you're not giving up any ground. You're also not really gaining ground. You don't need to gain any ground because you already did so in the first opening 2 minutes of this game. So that part's got a little bit of relevance, I guess you could say, for Str8 Tilted, as they're going to continue to climb. They're approaching that 40-point mark, and this is where your Graphite, you get very concerned. I mean, realistically, you should have been concerned in the opening 20 seconds when you went down 7-0. But now that they've crossed 42-point mark, this is beginning to look a little bit out of reach here for the side of Graphite.
Yeah, you start to get into a math game where these final few, even if you approach and get a trade, it's like you only have 5 or 6 tries at this point. And really, with six deaths until their defeat, you really your each attempt is almost futile. You then think about it in the final few points of the game that this could be your last try. Well, how are you going to approach this differently than your other 11 tries? So the final few moments here of this game do get kind of grim. And we might see the moment when Graphite just kind of accepts that, now down by this much, this late in the game. It's almost, what else can you do?
Yeah, and the answer is, I mean, you're basically just gonna have to go next. Is essentially what's gonna happen. Is you're down to 48. It's only 2 more kills, and you need 17. And there you go. There's only one more left on the board. Before this ends, you just kind of need to pep talk your teammates. You have to talk about this. What are you gonna do going into this next match? Because you are now down 2-0 in the series against a Str8 Tilted team that is looking very dominant for the time being. So, I mean, they just came in hot.
Hit us up, man. Season 6 should be beginning probably within the next 8 weeks or so. So
about 5 weeks away. So I mean, we're getting ready. I mean, we're at like the straight up halfway mark of the season right now. We are in week 5 of 9, and it's kind of crazy to think about that. Honestly, is there going to be one rocket fired off? It will be in the hands of Zealous, who will drop it though, and he is going to end up losing it. And that is going to be another trade as well, but the rocket's still on the ground with one in the chamber here. I do believe Str8 Tilted was the one that picked that one up. As we're going to continue on forward here. That'll be War God now with it in his hand. And I know I was talking last night about rocket efficiency. These guys, you gotta get those kills with those rockets. I mean, there's a few low efficiency shots that we're firing off here. These guys are masters. They know how to handle their weapons. And I'm expecting a lot of kills with those rockets out of these guys.
Yes, sir. And early on here, we see quite a dominant advantage from the side of Str8 Tilted, not only in the kills department, with the exception of Haunter on the side of Graphite, is literally quite like the badass Pokemon that Haunter is. 4 kills, stepping up with a badass player that he is as well. Str8 Tilted, though, claiming early time, 23 seconds on the board, as we see Graphite now claiming control. The B site now putting them in the position of scoring.
Maybe you see War God picking up that one, playing around with deep defense right now, as there's going to be another set of players going down. That will be a trade, but that is 3 down for the side of Graphite. Unfortunately for them, as they end up dropping on the floor, Jerrycom is going to be the last one alive. It's going to be B ticking over in favor of Str8 Tilted here. As it looks like A should be going in favor of Graphite, but no, actually it is not going to. It's going to get cleared out. That'll be a trip cap there temporarily for the side of Str8 Tilted. As you can see, we're going to be on board the fiber optic as they're pushing towards B. They will secure A, so they're going to prevent all those ticks coming through. But for now, that does mean that Graphite is going to be on the back foot, and another back foot it will be as 3 go down once again.
Wowzers, these early triumphs can kind of cascade into a huge series of scoring for either of these teams. And we may see the beginning of that. Ooh, poor God, he went down there from that connector. We may see the beginning of initial cascade here, but 2 players now went down the side of Str8 Tilted. I think I'm going to be eating my mouth, eating my words. We do see control of B site. Graphite able to persist through this and get control. With the response though, Str8 Tilted claiming A, and we're going to see a little rotate pattern here commence as the C site gets mitigated from control as Zealous HCS rotates here around. Goes for the shot with the Phantom Rifle, 2 points on. That puts him very close to death. He's going to control here at the top of this generator. He has a shotgun in tow and is able to come out with that kill. Rotating now inside, he's 1 shot. Can he get this? Ooh, very good try there. 3 players down the side of Str8 Tilted, allowing no one other than Graphite the opportunity to control A and come out in the position of scoring. Looks like Borg Type's not going to allow that to happen, is he? He's not going to do that, Shio, is he?
Nope, apparently not. He says absolutely not. This is my hill. We're getting you out of there. As he's going to clear that out. That's going to be AC now going in favor of Str8 Tilted. I mean, they're up by a considerable amount. That's a 100-point lead approximately. Actually, it's more like 90 here, but it doesn't look like Graphite has really just been able to in a position to cap any of these points. So they're going to give up B. They will be working their way here towards A, it looks like, for the time being. But it just hasn't really been happening here for the side of Graphite. They're getting picked apart at the seams, it seems like. You got 3 players on the side of Str8 Tilted with 8 kills apiece. You got 8 assists coming out of Borg type as well. I mean, they are just tearing through the side of Graphite, it seems. And Graphite has not been able to stabilize on the map at all.
Man, and Strongholds is in their defense. It's a difficult game type to constantly remain formidable. But you know, Str8 Tilted with their strides and with their momentum, able to come through 163 points, has now been gained. Graphite with 2 players down, you know, just respawning. We're gonna see yet another opportunity. Looks like they're actually wanting to take control. I think they were taking control of all 3 sites there for a moment. With a double kill on the board. We see a response as well. 3 players down on the side of Graphite, 2 players down on the side of Str8 Tilted. Still early, like points, total domination from Str8 Tilted. I mean, they're a force to be reckoned with right now. I can tell you that, Shio.
I mean, they are definitely. I mean, this team we're looking at, Graphite, was undefeated going into this game, and so was Str8 Tilted. But I mean, you can clearly see undefeated teams have a tier to them, right? I mean, Str8 Tilted is basically just making it look like Graphite is not anywhere near their level, despite the equivalent records. And I mean, that might be the case. Str8 Tilted could just be that much better than everybody else in this division, and they are going to close this one out with the trip cap in absolute dominant fashion, 250 to 16. Skulls and Co come rolling right